everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laurie, and I'm doing a video that's going to show how to use PanPastels on your doll. And it's fairly in-depth because my goal is to teach someone who is not sure how to use the PanPastels, wants to up their doll game, whatever, even if you are advanced and you want to sharpen your skills. Or, I mean, of course, if you're like really awesome at this, then it's probably won't be beneficial to you. But, I mean, I would watch it if I wanted to learn somebody else's technique even. So that's what the video's about. And, what else was I going to say? I'm kind of like amped up a little bit on caffeine. I already am on my third cup, which means I need to turn around and grab my coffee. Where did you go? It's back there somewhere. Anyway, also, I have a story time that I want to do, and it's a bit morbid. I'm not going to do it in this video. I was going to do it in the next video. And I could do a watercolor painting, or I could do a Sabrina doll from the Living Dead dolls. I thought the Sabrina doll might be a little morbid for the story that I was going to tell that happened in my neighborhood. So if you could just comment below, is Sabrina too morbid when I'm telling a morbid story? Should I just stick with something light and just do a watercolor painting? When should I tell this story? Should I tell? Okay, on this video, it's only going to be the PanPastels on the doll. And it happens to be an Annie Potts from Designing Women, which would be the third Designing Women doll that I'm doing. But since I'm going real time with it, the repainting will be probably a separate video, part 2. And I could do it over that one so it doesn't seem so morbid. I don't know. What's your opinion? Just put it below in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, on to the video. I hope this is super helpful because, like I said, that's my goal, is to help people become better doll artists. And anyway, I'll see you there. Okay, the first thing you're going to notice about this, let me kind of like pull it out a little bit, go a little further back for a second, is the very distinct color of the face compared to the body. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've already sprayed her with MSC, so what I'm going to do is match her head to her body. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Go ahead and keep it pulled back a little bit further so that you can see a little bit better, and then I'll pull in when I paint, but let's do that first. Okay, so I'm going to start with this color, which is a burnt sienna tint, and I've got, let's set this down somewhere, but you can see that that's what I'm using. See, her body's in a little weird place, but, and then I've got my little box of brushes. So let me just clean a brush off. You know, I like this flat brush like this. I like this flat brush because it's really good for blending on the vinyl. So I'm gonna clean it because it's got some pink in it. I'll just hold her steady for you. And let me clean that off. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's just start with changing her skin tone. So, and the thing about PanPastels is the lighter colors, when you spray them, will kind of fade away, and the darker colors will be much darker. So keep that in mind. You could be heavy-handed with the lighter colors, and then a little bit more careful with the darker colors. So right now all I'm doing is I'm just going to give her an overall face swirl here, just to lighten up her skin tone. It looks a little too light, but I think it'll work just fine. I just want to blend it out. I'm going to go ahead and do the back too, so that it just sort of goes all the way around. Okay, that is pretty good. I'm just going to spend some time making sure that she is well blended. Might turn another light on. Let me try that. Hold on. Whoa. Let's see. I wonder if that's even better lighting. Bounce the all right, I think we are pretty well blended. Okay, and you want to make sure your brush is really clean, because if you go in and it's got an underlying pink or brown or something like that, and you're going to get some real dirtiness. Of course, you can just take this all off. It's no big deal. If you don't like what you did, let's say that I spray this and it's ghosty white and it didn't work out, which I know it will, but if it didn't, then I could just remove it. I think it would even come off with alcohol. But at the very least, acetone. So let me go spray it and I'll be right back. Okay, I feel like that was pretty perfect as far as getting a color match. It still might be coming across a little darker, but it's a lot closer. And once I finish doing all of the highlighting and contour and I bring some color onto the chest and everything, it's going to be fine. So we're going to move right straight onto that. The color I used to match for a little bit lighter skin tone on a darker vinyl head was Burnt Sienna Tint. I think I said that, but just in case, that's the color I used. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight and contour her face. This is going to be Annie Potts from Designing Women. I don't know her character name, but I'll look it up. And I have a picture somewhere, I think on my computer here, I will pull up, and I'll use that as my reference to try to get her features correct. So pulling up Annie Potts. All right, so I'm pulling up a picture of Annie Potts, and I like this one. She's got the typical 80s hair, but her hair is very curly. So I have this wig, which is will go on her, and what I'm going to do is probably, it may deepen the color a little bit. It depends. She changed her hair from light to dark throughout the years, but I'm going to curl this more because it's a, you know what it reminds me of? Pretty Woman. For some reason this wig is saying Pretty Woman, but I'm going to curl it more. And I don't know for sure about this hair that's on this wig, and it might frizz if I do heat. So I'm probably going to do a test curl down below and see what happens. Make sure it doesn't frizz or ruin the wig, because it's not my wig, and I want to make sure that I keep it nice, but I just feel like it's not curly enough. So that's going to be taken care of a little bit later, but first we're going to go ahead and get this face contoured. So I pulled up a picture of Annie Potts, and I'm looking at her face, and I think that this doll, which is a Tonner Betty Ann, is a really good choice for her features. Seems like her nose is like pretty much spot on. She has the typical late 80s, early 90s makeup. It looks like Annie Potts, whereas some of the other women wore a little bit more makeup, she was like a little bit more pulled back, a lot more neutral. So with that being said, we still have the orangey kind of color to the skin tone that just seemed to be the color of that time. So I'm just going to go ahead and start contouring her face. And she has pretty good cheekbones, so I'm going to come around here on the edges of the face. I used to do makeup a long time ago, like the 80s, and early, well, mostly the 80s. And I still remember this makeup style. So I'm going in straight with that. Do you remember those little, well, I don't know what they were called, but they came in these little, oh gosh, what are they called? It was like an orangey color, and they said you could use it forever. You could get it wet and use it on your lips. You could use it on your eyes. You could bronze. You could blush. Oh gosh, I'm gonna look that up. This is what this color reminds me of. I'm going in. Let me look at the color. It's called this is the Burnt Sienna. It's funny how the other color is Burnt Sienna Tint, you know, when it just looks like flesh. But this is the Burnt Sienna and the PanPastels, and that is a really good color to go in with for a doll that's from that generation. I was tapping off the brush, and I'm going to go ahead and start bringing some color down to her chest area as well. And the reason why I personally leave the head on the body is because I like to match it together at the same time. I can, and I have taken dolls' heads off, but I prefer to leave it on, and not because it's easier to work with, because I don't think it really is, but I just want to make sure that when I'm matching that I get them the same, you know. So, and I'm even going to bring some of that Burnt Sienna tint down here for some highlights, even though she's wearing, I think her dress is pretty high necked, but you never know if the client might want to change her outfit, so you want to make sure that, because this is a fashion doll, a lot of times people want to change their outfits or multiple outfits for their dolls. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the red color, which is called impossible to read. Called permanent red tint. So this is something, this permanent red tint, is really, really strong. Let me just put it right here. Just want a little blushing, but I want to, and I haven't done the nose or anything yet. There we go. Right, I still have time to do a nose contour before I move on to spray her again. Let's go with this one. Make sure to clean anything off of your brush when you're doing this, because the dolls pick up excess color so easy. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of the Burnt Sienna and, where's this color? And the Burnt Sienna shade. I must just like Burnt Sienna. It's a good color for natural, you know, natural stuff. So let me get in here with my brush and do some nose contour. Annie Potts has that little turned up nose. I don't know if she has freckles. In the pictures, I don't see any. I mean, she might, but the makeup would cover it. And just remember, when you're contouring, the darker colors are much stronger when sprayed. So you have to keep all of that in mind. And I haven't highlighted yet. I like to use the same brush, so I'm going to go with a Burnt Sienna tint and just go around where, you know, underneath the eyes. People do a lot of under eye cover. It's really typical with makeup to highlight this area. She's got really nice cheekbones. We're going to go up here to get her cheekbones marked in. And we're going to highlight this area as well. Right down the center of the nose, forehead, just like as if you were doing your makeup. And then I'm going to brush off the excess. And I may come back in and do like just white. I'm trying to decide right now if I want to do white. Highlight the chin. I kind of like when I use this because it gives a makeup-y look, which is cool, but it also adds a tiny fraction of texture to the skin. So that's cool. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the white in on top of this just a little bit under the eyes because I want to make sure it's extra. Maybe just those cheekbones. I mean those kind of like the eyebrow area, the brow area. And under the eyes. Right. Hopefully that'll be enough, but I can always add more. Disappearing, and I still want to do more on the Cupid's bow. And around the nose. I think I'm going in with white because I know it's going to disappear, not be as strong. So I'm going back over the burnt sienna tint with some white, just to make sure it pops. I just want to make sure it pops. Also, I think I'm going to go ahead and hit the sides of her cheekbones underneath to really make those stand out as well. And that was just with white. Okay, let's go spray her and I will be right back. Alright, so I feel like she needs a little bit more color to her skin, but other than that, she's pretty close to getting started with painting. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the color in. I'll do a little bit of eyeshadow too. So I'm going to do eyeshadow. I'm going to do a little bit of, I want to do some red around her nose. So I'm going to use the permanent red tint to just kind of, let's see if you can see, right up underneath here. There's a natural redness to people's noses. So I just want to go ahead and kind of give that a little color. Pretty. And then back in with the burnt sienna tint. Is it burnt? It's burnt, not the white one. The burnt sienna, just plain burnt sienna. Whoa. I'm going to go in with that a little bit and just do a little bit more color now without the highlight. And then I'm going to come in with the permanent red tint and give that some more blushing. Rosy up her cheeks. I'm pretty happy with how she looks. I'm going to pick up this one color I haven't used yet, which is one of my favorites. It's called Red Iron Oxide shade. And the red iron oxide shade it's one of my favorites, but super strong. Like super strong. So I'm going to be super careful with it. And I'm not worried about the hair getting crap all in it because, like I said before, she'll be wigged. So, oh yeah, that's really standing out now. I was having a hard time getting it to really pop color. I don't know why. But I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Let's look. Let's look at her. She looks pretty good. And you can always come back later. I'm going to put more of that red oxide on her chest, just gently here on her neck, and you can move the neck around a little bit. This one doesn't have a lot of up and down flexibility, so you're not going to see a demarcation line, fortunately. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I still feel like I need a little bit of the burnt sienna tint right here. It disappears. Maybe I'll go with the white. Just a little bit. And on the clavicles. And let's just get the fluffy side and brush that off. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I want to do her ears, and then I'm going to go spray her for the final time. So I'm going to go with the permanent red tint. Remember, it's very strong, so just want to kind of make her ears, can you see that? Make her ears a little bit more natural looking and red on both sides, and then I can spray that. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna go spray her. Oh, I forgot eyeshadow. I'm gonna go for eyeshadow. I'm gonna go with, I'm looking at the color, sorry. It's the burnt sienna shade. I'm going to start with that. It looks like she has a lot of natural eyeshadow, so I'm just going to lay this down, but I'm probably going to come in later with more color. I just want to kind of give myself a head start there with this. I'll need littler brushes to get up underneath, but it gives me just a little head start. Okay, I'm gonna go spray her. Congratulations on making it to the end of the video. As you can see, I didn't even stage my space. This is my messy desk behind me with a lot of projects going on right now. I don't know where I was looking because I forgot where the camera was. But thank you for watching the entire video. I hope it was super helpful. I don't know what the next video will be. I know I'm going to do a part 2 on this video next. It's just I don't know if it's going to have that story I talked about. Maybe in the next video. If you comment below, I could do it on the next video, or I could do it in another watercolor painting. Please let me know if that's of any interest to you at all, if you'd like to see more of those. And of course I have that Sabrina Living Dead doll who is adorable. Hold on, let me just grab her really quick and show you. Let me see if I can figure out the pause. Did I pause? I don't know. Okay, I think I paused it properly. Let me get my... This is my 4th cup of coffee now. Pretty sure it's my 4th cup. Yeah, I was really into the coffee today. So this is her. Isn't she so cute? It's just this little Living Dead doll. She's kind of a mess right now, but you know, I'll fix her all up. And she's of Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the teenage... Blech. That's too much coffee. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the Teenage Witch on Netflix, which is a really cute show. So I haven't done one of these kind of dolls in a while, or ever. Have I ever painted one of these? I may not have ever painted one of these. So I'm going to give it a go. Here she is. Isn't she cute? But again, since my story is somewhat morbid, I don't know if that is appropriate. I don't want to be weird, you know what I mean? And the story is quite a doozy. I already pre-recorded that story, but I just have to find the right video to attach it to. And it's a heck of a story, so make sure to check back for when I post that one. It's about murder. So anyway, that felt really awkward to say it was about murder. I'm gonna go and finish that other doll, and I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like and share it and subscribe if you haven't. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I have reached my 1,000 subscribers mark, so I'm super excited and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.